Hey guys, it's your Tech Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So as you saw from our intro, I recently went to Bali for the global launch of the OPPO Find X8 series. And if you follow me on my social media accounts, you probably already know that. Anyway, the moment that you guys are watching this video, officially available na po yung OPPO Find X8 in the Philippines. Yes, that's right. OPPO Find X8 lang po and not the Pro. But even though we don't have the Pro version here in the Philippines, sasagutin pa rin natin yung tanong if we are getting Pro features for less. Let's start with pricing. There's only one configuration for the OPPO Find X8, which is yung 12GB of RAM na merong 256GB of storage, which is priced at 54,999 pesos. Uulitin ko, no, the moment that you are watching this video, tapos na yung pre-order nila, nag-start siya nung November 22. Kung isa kayo sa mga nakapag-pre-order, obviously you got the freebies. There's also a total of 3 colors available, but here in the Philippines, dalawa lang yung nilabas nila, which is what I have. It's called the Star Gray, and of course, the Space Black. What's missing is the pink one. Sad, I know, because I've been looking forward for that pink OPPO Find X8 nung lumabas yung rumors. Before the cameras, let's start with hardware. How it looks, how it feels, and what it's made of. Una ko napansin sa kanya when I first held this device, ibang-iba yung itsura and yung design niya from the previous OPPO Find X. It's usually leather and two-toned. Kumbaga, there's more to it. I wouldn't say this year's OPPO Find X is bland, but more simpler. Again, I'm just talking about the Find X8 dahil iba yung ganda ng design ng Pro. I'm sure nakita nyo na rin siya online. Now, what I like about its hardware, which is what I really appreciate about this phone aside from its camera, is yung flat aluminum frame niya. Again, I'm very used to OPPO Find X devices na malaki, hindi ganun kakomportable hawakan, curved sides, and very heavy. At the same time, since matte nga yung glass back niya, it really keeps the fingerprints to a minimum. I was able to test a bit of its durability when I went to Bali. Again, we went off-road, nag-ATV kami. Halo-halo actually, we have to go through the water, mud, and there was this time na nalaglag ko pa yung phone ko. So imagine niyo na lang yung takot ko that time kasi hindi ko pa nakukuha yung photos ko. Buti na lang there is a combination of IP68 and IP69 ratings to ensure yung maximum protection niya from dust and water. When it comes to sizing, it's not big, it's also not small. It's in the middle, it's compact. The sizing is manageable as compared to the OPPO Find X8 Pro. Exactly, it's 193 grams. Probably also because they were able to make the camera system 40% thinner. Uulitin ko, hindi po siya sobrang gaang, not as feather-like as the iPhone 16. If you want comparison, that's 170 grams. But it's so much lighter than most flagship devices katulad ng Pixel 9 Pro, even ng flagship devices ng Samsung Galaxy. So again, indeed, it's comfortable and that's something I really appreciate. Now, one common feature from the Find X8 from the OPPO Find X8 Pro is yung kanyang alert slider. I know, buti na lang they didn't make this exclusive with the Pros. You can slide between the ring, viber, and silent in an instant. Ang wala lang sa kanya is yung dedicated camera button that is present on the Pro. Now, that we don't have to talk about kasi non-Pro naman yung pinag-uusapan natin. Now, there is also this thing called Cosmos Ring. Actually, yung camera system or camera design niya is OPPO's iconic ring design talaga. But this time, every time that we will be tilting the device, may konting glow na lumalabas sa kanya. Now, isa pang highlight that I want to talk about with the OPPO Find X8's hardware is yung kanyang display. In addition doon sa manageable size niya, meron din siyang 6.59 inches of AMOLED panel that is really sharp. Maximum brightness level is also really good, reaching at 1600 nits. At the same time, the bezels are also thin. And actually thinner if we were to compare it to the OPPO Find X8 Pro. Exactly, it's 1.45mm symmetrical bezel. Now, cameras. I'll be honest, I love reviewing flagship phones. It doesn't have to be max out specs. It doesn't have to be the best Pro, the Ultra. It just have to be good cameras. Enough to save memories and enough to be able to upload it online. With OPPO's Find X8 cameras, they are using 50 megapixel sensors for the primary, ultra-wide, and even on the 3x telephoto cameras. So yep, it's a trifecta of 50 megapixel cameras. Now, if you're wondering, before we talk about photos and output, anong difference nito doon sa Pro? Actually, dalawa lang pinagkaiba nila. Una, yung sensor ng main camera. They're both 50 megapixels, magkaiba lang sila ng sensor na ginamit. Pangalawa is of course yung presence ng pangalawang telephoto lens dito. Meaning guys, doon sa Pro, dalawa yung dedicated telephoto niya. And actually, bago ko pa makalimutan, there is also a 32 megapixels front camera. I've been using this phone a lot. And wala akong masabi sa daylight shots niya. Probably because of its Sony Lithia sensor. Mas better din yung dynamic range this time. There is color pero it's not too much. At the same time, hindi rin sila mukhang overly processed. Which is sometimes the case with flagship devices. Naging issue ko to while I was reviewing the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, yung 3x periscopic telephoto camera niya, which is similar from the OPPO Find X7 Ultra, but with a slightly smaller sensor, gets the job done. Maganda yung details niya, and probably because of its computational photography. Hindi lang din sa photos, maganda yung 3x telephoto camera niya, but at the same time with taking videos. This camera was also mostly what I used while I was in Bali. Siguro, ang hinanap ko lang talaga dito sa 3x telephoto camera niya is the ability to take close-up photos. Meaning, sana pwede tayong mag-take ng macro images. I prefer kasi capturing macro images using the telephoto camera than the ultra-wide. But again, when it comes to long-range shooting, panalo, maganda yung telephoto camera niya. Now, when it comes to ultra-wide images, I know I said it's a trifecta of 50 megapixel, meaning hindi masyadong nagbago yung sharpness, yung brightness throughout those cameras. I wouldn't say sobrang ganda ng ultra-wide camera niya katulad kung paano ko na-appreciate yung main and telephoto cam. In terms of sharpness and detail, nandun siya as in wala akong masabi. I guess yung dynamic range kung gaano siya ka-wide lang ako nabitin. Now, 32 megapixel selfies, they were good. Actually, marami nagtatanong sa akin when I uploaded my pictures if they were SOOC or straight out of the camera. And yes, they are. I rarely edit my pictures, guys, when it comes to smartphones kasi it won't be a real test if ginawa ko yon. Kaya po mukhang filtered yung images is because meron din siyang filters. This is for both the rear cameras and even the selfie. You get to capture images on a film-like effect. You can choose between fresh, emerald, clear, and even more options like vivid, radiant, serenity, and more. Now, another feature I like about its camera is the lightning snap, wherein you get to hold yung kanyang shutter button, and dito na siya mag-capture ng images fast and multiple times. Or in short, burst shot. This only works dun sa regular setting, which is yung photo mode, and doesn't work with portrait images. Anyway, wala akong masabi sa images and videos I was able to take with the OPPO Find X8. With how good their hardware, software, and even their collaboration with Hasselblad, they were able to maintain their positioning throughout the years. Now, performance and software naman tayo. Actually guys, yung chip na meron itong Find X8 is the same chipset that can be found on the Find X8 Pro. It's the MediaTek Dimensity 9400, which is also Find X8 being one of the first phones to use this. Alam niyo naman ako, hindi ako ma-benchmark. I rarely use this when it comes to reviewing phones. I'm more on describing real-world day-to-day use. Pero syempre, importante yun. May mga taong nagbe-base when it comes to benchmark scores. But again, that's just not my thing here. Mabilis mag-open yung apps, which is what I expected from a flagship phone from OPPO. It also barely heats up, considering na sobrang init sa Bali. Iba guys, intense. Compared sa Pilipinas ngayon, grabe. It's also very responsive. And what I like is that even though sobrang intense nga ng heat, it doesn't close applications. And part of it is also probably because of its software. Again, every flagship phone naman, even nung mga nakaraang taon, even this year, they are expected to perform really well. Depende na lang to sa preference nyo when it comes to its UI, camera system, and even with its design. Speaking of software, OPPO Find X8 runs on the Android 15-based ColorOS 15 out of the box. According to the brand, this phone will get 4 Android updates and 6 years of security updates. Tapos yung Pro naman nito gets 5 Android updates. ColorOS 15, if I were to describe it, it's minimalist. The interface is good. And na-notice ko may mga redesign icons and widgets din. We also get seamless transition between always on display, lock screen, and wallpaper. And all in all, UI is smoother than it used to. Now, since we are already talking about software, how about their AI integration? Powered by the Gemini 1.5 Pro, we can now generate summaries of audio, Notes app that also now offers summarization of documents, and of course, the circle to search feature. And other than this, we are also getting AI Clarity Enhance that will help guys na mas gumanda and obviously enhance yung mga low resolution images. Meron din tayong AI Unblur and AI Reflection Remover that obviously from the name itself can remove reflections from your images. Ito yung mga bago guys that wasn't present from the Reno 12 series. Lastly, bago natin i-end yung video with my pros and cons, pag-usapan natin yung battery life niya. Find X8 has a 5,630 of mAh battery, which is huge considering this is not a Pro device. Easily lasted me for almost 2 days with moderate use. And then when I had this phone in Bali naman, I was able to use it for a day and a half. And gladly, this already comes with a power brick. It has an 80 watts charging speed, similar to what OnePlus released this year. Easily guys, 30 minutes, I was able to get 100%. Maganda, lalo na for those people na laging in a rush. It's also a good convenience, alam nyo kung bakit, kasi yung charging speed na ganito, something we can never get from flagship devices katulad ng Apple, Samsung, and even Google. Anyway, to end our video, obviously guys, hindi pa ito yung huling flagship phone na i-review ko bago matapos yung taon. Ang alam ko, may dalawa pa tayong pag-uusapan. But not to end the year, but to end this video, I could easily say the OPPO Find X8 is indeed a solid phone. The size is between a normal flagship and a compact phone. Improved camera sensors, user experience, charging speed, it ticks all the boxes. Siguro what this phone misses out lang, which is already my cons, is unang-una yung lack of LTPO panel niya. And of course, the lack of the pink phone option in the Philippines. Yun talaga yung nakikita ko isa sa mga con niya as someone who loves having pink phones. I hope you enjoyed this video guys, and to those who are planning on getting the OPPO Find X8, I hope this really helped you. Again, that's basically it. It's your Tech Girl Mary, and see you on our next video. Bye!